One of the most important steps to starting your business is choosing your business name. And one way to help you with finding if your business name is available across the internet, across social media, of course, across your regular domain name, is through namechecker.com. That's CHECKR, no E at the end, towards the end. This is one website that you should definitely use to check on your business name availability. Now, this isn't technically your business name. Now, this would be for social media. I also have this site that you can use for social media, as well as your regular domain name. This is called checkuser.org. And then lastly, for Instagram is instauser.com. These three sites here will allow you to search for a username availability across the social media platforms, as well as your regular domain name. Now, not the most important thing, but something to keep in mind. For example, you might decide you want your business name to be Johnny's PJs. Maybe you make pajamas. We're going to say Johnny's PJs. Or that's kind of long. Let's just make it Bob's. We're just going to say, hey, maybe this was available when we searched to see if this was a name that we can register with our state, because that's something you want to do as well. Every state, you certainly want to make sure the business name is available. Now, of course, there's also the trademark as well. So if we go to, PM search, and this is something that you would want to consider doing when it's time to registering your business as well. Of course, this is trademarking. Slightly different, but in the sense that this will still allow you to see what else is out there, and if what you're doing that you're throwing out there, if someone else has potentially trademarked it, this will help you with seeing that. Again, we're going to say Bob's PJs is what we want to name this new company. When I type that in here, it's available for bobspjs.com. Now, maybe you'd want it to actually be Bob's PJs with an S, because it's not just your pajama, but pajamas. So maybe you'd want an S at the end there. But either way, let's say bobspj.com is what you want. Well, you can see right here, it is available. You can see it's available pretty much on all of these platforms that you would potentially consider: YouTube, Tumblr, Reddit, Twitter, Twitch, Slack, Vimeo. The one or two sites here that I see that it's not available, that's available on Etsy, that you would potentially want is Facebook, and then also Blogger. So neither of these two, this name is available on them. So you might not want to move forward with naming your company Bob's PJ LLC. Or maybe the company would be Bob's PJs LLC, but then you were thinking the social media username could be a slightly different variation of it, where it'd just be Bob's PJ. But that's not available on your Facebook. That might prevent you from wanting to move forward with this, because you generally want your username to be the same for all of your platforms. It's just easier. It's something that your customers and prospects will remember easier. It's going to stick in the brain. Instead of having 5 different business usernames for different platforms, you have one for your Facebook that's different than your Twitter, and then your Twitter is different than your YouTube, then your YouTube is different than your Instagram, which, speaking of, you don't see Instagram here. For some reason, none of these platforms have it showing up in their main searches. Although this says Instagram, so maybe Instagram was here and I didn't see it. So maybe you decide, well, I don't like Bob's anyway. So maybe you decide you want it to be Bob's Pizza with something Bob should have at his shop that's going to be unique from everyone else in his town. No one else will have it. Bob's Pizza and Games. Bob's Pizza and Games shop. You're thinking that's going to be a website name. You're thinking that's going to be the username for all of your social media, because, hey, it's just going to be easiest this way, right? Or maybe your website name will be slightly different than your social media. That's fine. But again, having it at least be where all of your social media is what people will remember, and people will be able to easily, and I say easily after typing in a very long username, but something people will easily be able to get to, because the goal is to stand out from your competitors. So maybe having something long like Bob's Pizza and Game Shop username might actually be unique. It actually might help you with sticking out, and does align with your business name that you have searched and found that you can register this name. It is available in your state. That's the name you're going to move forward with. So after you do that, you decide on that name, you come in here and you search and you see, hey, Bob's Pizza and Game Shop is available right here at the .com, but as well as the Inc. or org and any of these others up here. But then if you're like, well, what about social media? I don't know how that is taking on Instagram. Wow. But it looks like it's taken on Instagram, and it does look like it is available on Facebook, which is what I was looking for right here. But then some sites will have like a limit on how long it can be. So it might potentially not be available on these ones because it's just too long. Fiverr, or it's not unique enough. Twitter, I'm surprised. But it's available on all these other platforms. We click on this. I think it's going to redirect you so you can actually see who has that name, and it's not showing up here for some reason. So maybe someone had this and then they closed it, or it's just like a weird name for some reason that's just not being accepted, or maybe I tried it here and it didn't work before. Let's copy it, because I initially came over here to the Instagram username generator or search. I pulled this website up because it wasn't available. It wasn't showing. Instagram wasn't showing up in the name checker in the first one. So when we come in here and type in, so maybe it was taken because it's not showing up here as an available. Didn't show up as like the first thing. I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, so that's interesting. What we want is their instausername.com availability. How different is that? Username. Okay, so this is like the generator, which you don't really want the generator. You want that checker, which I'm surprised I don't have a button that it doesn't just say it. So when we come here to instausername.com/availability, you can actually check Instagram username availability by typing in the exact name that you want to use. Check, and it's saying this username actually is available. So I don't know why it didn't actually work correctly here, and it's showing that it's not available here. As you can see, it is showing up here with this username, and my assumption was that it would be something that would be available, and it wasn't working. It doesn't show up. Instagram doesn't show up here at all anyway. So I would suggest just coming here and trying all three of these when it comes to searching for your company business name, your side hustle name. You know, maybe you have a product or a project that you want to create its own unique kind of branding and stuff like that, standalone. Again, these are great platforms to utilize to come in and search and just say, hey, is this product name, is this subsidiary, is this DBA, is this company the product to stand alone on its own, so to speak? We're doing branding like this where it has its own domain website name, it has its own multiple social media platforms that can be hosted on and continue to reach a different audience depending on, again, the platform that it's on. Might make the most sense for you and your business and your project and your particular situation. So I would consider using all three of these to search: instausername.com, checkuser.org, as well as namechecker.com. And of course, you also have the United States Patent and Trademark Office here. You can use this to search trademark level. And then you're going to want to search, of course, most important for another video, but search within your actual state that you'll be registering your business name. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If so, like this video and of course, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.